Are you thinking about trading busy city life for a place that literally feels like a vacation every day? Well, today I am going to give you an insider tour of Perdido Key. This is an amazing little beach town that's still a bit of a hidden gem. You're gonna absolutely love it here. I'm also going to be showing you a typical $400,000 home in this area, making you see whether it's realistic for you to think about moving here. Do you even like the houses? This is such a great area and I can't wait to get started. So where is Perdido Key? It is a barrier island on the western end of the Florida Panhandle. It butts right up to the Alabama line. So you're about 30 minutes from downtown Pensacola, and then it butts up to Orange Beach, Alabama. So that's where it's sitting. And then you're right next to the Gulf of Mexico, which is amazing. And then on the other side, you have the Intracoastal Sound. So just a really, really cool area. You're about 15 minutes from NAS Pensacola. So great location. It's a quiet place. It's a really, really special. And you'll see why as we move along in this video, what makes this so different from all the rest of the beaches in our area. So the beaches here are next level. You have that super white, sugar-like sand, which is gorgeous, and the Gulf of Mexico, bright green turquoise on most days. And then the great thing is you also have some great parks. You have Johnson Beach State Park, where super quiet out there and very, very pretty. You have the Intracoastal Waterway, where you can bring kayaks out. This is an area that is perfect for anybody that loves the water. If you love boating, if you love fishing, it's amazing. And what you'll find out here is most people that vacation out here, they're staying in their condos. They're not going out to eat every night because there's not a ton of options. And I'll get into that in a little bit. There are options, but it's not like Pensacola Beach or Destin or other areas like that. So here, a lot of families just come and they just want their toes in the sand. They want to keep their toes in the sand and be playing on the beach all day long, get as much sun and water as they can, because that is one of the big features of Perdido Key is these stunning beaches unlike anywhere else in the world. Now let's talk about the housing here. You're gonna find all sorts of things. You're gonna find condos, townhomes, as well as single family homes. And you're gonna see a price range really from around the low 300s up to 2 or 3 million. You're gonna see a wide array. Some people here have homes that are just second homes or they keep them as rentals, as investments, but there's a whole lot of people that live here and love it. They either maybe spent time in the military here and they're like, hey, it's time to come on home. This is our favorite place we were stationed. We also see retirees go, this is the place for me. A lot of times grandma and grandpa, the grandbabies are here, so they want to get over here. Also tons and tons of families. It's a great family area with great schools, and we'll get to that in just a bit, and great parks. So we have a wide array of people that want to live in Perdido Key. So what is there to do in Perdido Key? I think I've mentioned it a ton. It's mostly beach, boating, water fun, but there are some cool places to go. So if you are in, just the heart of Perdido Key when you first get here, you will have the Villaggio shopping complex where you have the jellyfish bar, and I love their sushi and their crab rangoons to die for. And you also see here some bike rentals, a little ice cream shop, little things here in this little shopping plaza, but not much. This is what I'm talking about. It's not what you see in Destin where it's just big box shop after big box shop. Here it is going to be just that more smaller, quaint vibe. There is also the Floribama. If you're wanting to party and have a good time, this is probably the main place someone would do it. It is famous. They bring in lots of artists, lots of famous artists. There is live music galore there. So Floribama, which is about 7 miles from right when you get onto Perdido Key from the Florida side, that's your party spot if you're looking for a party spot. Or you can go over to Alabama into Gulf Shores, and there's also some spots over there. But in Perdido Key, you just have a few restaurants. So that is part of the vibe, but it is all about just hanging out and having family. Once you get into Pensacola, tons of restaurants. It's just you have to drive about 10 minutes to get there. So who moves to Perdido Key? Everyone. Well, pretty much. So Perdido Key is popular with retirees looking for a slower pace, families who love the outdoors, remote workers just wanting that beach life, also lots of military families from NAS Pensacola or retired military members that maybe were at NAS Pensacola at some point, and man, they want to get back here. And they always remembered what a great time they had in Perdido Key. We also have snowbirds who spend winters here for the mild weather. So it's a super welcoming, laid-back community where it's super easy to make friends. If you want to make friends, all you have to do is walk on into any of the places, walk on the beach and start talking to someone, and someone's going to probably invite you to their condo or to their house over for a good time. That's the type of community it is. Let's talk about housing here. You're going to see all sorts of different types of properties, high-rise condos, you're going to see townhomes, single-family homes, big waterfront beach houses, homes on canals with docks. So there's a wide array of properties here. The single family homes start in the low 300s, so it's very, very affordable. However, some of the high-rise condos, they're a little bit more expensive. So for example, this one right here is probably between like 700,000 and 800,000. But here's what's cool, that is right on the Gulf. And then you come over here, this is called Grand Caribbean. These are in the low 300s and they're little 1-bedroom condos with bunks in there, and it can sleep like 5 people. And those are great rental machines or a great place to live. So you see that wide array. And soon I'm gonna take you into one of the neighborhoods where you're gonna see a $400,000 house, and it's beautiful and it would be amazing for any family. So that's the good news. Either you can be right here on the beach in the high-rise condos if that's the lifestyle you're seeking, or you can be in more of a neighborhood where you have more of a sense of community. But a lot of people that live in here, some of them are snowbirds that come just for the winter season and then rent it out in the summers. Some have it as a second home that they never rent out, and some live here full time. So there still is a sense of community as you keep coming back here every season. You get to know everyone. So while you are on the beach, you have those big beach houses, you have the high-rise condos, but there are tons and tons of neighborhoods just 5 to 7 minutes from the beach, like the one I'm in right now. This is Chalevier. This is an awesome home that is about to be on the market for $399,000. It has a new roof, a full home generator, and even a little pond with a waterfall in the back. The home is perfect, showing you that it is quite affordable to live in this area. This is an excellent place for birthday parties where you can see that there's some gazebos and just covered areas to sit, which is really awesome. And then there's a garden over here that is gorgeous. The home is stunning. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,800 square feet with tons and tons of add-ons. So here you can see where they renovated the kitchen with gorgeous backsplash, new countertops. And then over here, this is such a cute area with the kitchen window seat and then the built-ins, adding so much character. Going into the primary room, it is nice and spacious with a huge walk-in closet, but I'm not that excited about the closet. I love, love, love the bathroom. How gorgeous is this? It was completely renovated with just tasteful choices, really enhancing it. It used to just have a single sink and it was incredibly dated, and this is a huge selling point of this home. You'll find so many cute areas, like even this little wine cubby here, which makes it so special, as well as a gas stove. We sell homes all the time and people love some gas. If you're a chef, for a lot of people, they say they will not buy a home if it does not have the ability to have gas in the home. You have a beautiful separate dining room right off of the living room. And then making your way to one of the guest bedrooms, nice and spacious. The bath, and then the 3rd guest bedroom. What I love is the fact there's no carpet in the house. You have tile and hardwood floors, making maintenance incredibly easy. There were so many thoughtful things that this seller did to this home to make it better. So this fridge used to stick out a whole lot, like past the counter. Well, they bumped out part of the closet, so it's hidden in there. You can see it over on this side, which is awesome. So that way you don't have to have one of those like really small counter depth fridges where it's hard just to get anything in there. And then I love this wine cubby right here. And then of course the gas stove, which is amazing. Over here you have these built-ins that just add so much character. And just imagine sitting here for breakfast one morning and then you can look out at your pond. It really is a fantastic house. So if you're moving to Florida, these are important. You might see these sticking out next to windows or doors. These are for your hurricane shutters. They come off, and then that is where you put your shutters on. You screw them in right here. A lot of people always ask me about this, being like, what are those things? And they are for your hurricane shutters, which are usually stored in the garage. What I'm standing in front of, it's not a castle. This is a kids park. It's in Perdido. It is probably the Mac Daddy of all parks around here. It is so jam-packed with fun and just such a cool place for kids of really any ages. It even has a Blue Angel rock climbing wall, and then these really cute like Blue Angel things for kids to play with. It's absolutely adorable. If you're moving with kids, schools are important. So there are some great schools in this area. Helen Cairo is one of the elementary schools with great reviews. So is Blue Angel Elementary. For middle school, you have Bailey and then Escambia for the high school. Also some great private options over in Pensacola, like Episcopal Day School, Montessori, Creative Learning Academy. But most families really love the schools here. And if you have kids, there's tons and tons of parks. There's also a great soccer league, which is called Rush, where a lot of kids are involved in that with travel soccer, tons of sports nearby. So it's a great place for families to move. So quick breakdown, Perdido Key is awesome, but it may not be for everybody. Some of the pros, the laid back lifestyle, how easy it is to make friends, the world's most beautiful beaches, tons and tons of water activities, and it's a family-friendly place. Some of the cons, not a lot of big box stores. If you want to get to Target or the mall, you're gonna have to drive to Pensacola. That's about a 30-minute drive. Also, sometimes it can get the traffic can get busy, especially on a Saturday or Sunday during the summer when the tourists are coming in. So you have that going on. And lastly, this may bother you or you may like it. You're just gonna have a smaller year-round population than a bigger city because some people are here just seasonally. So something good to just know about if you're thinking about moving here. So there you have it. That is your full tour of Perdido Key. Man, I hope you loved it, just like everyone else does. And remember, if you have any questions about any of the Panhandle beaches, we're your peeps. Just call or text or that number on the screen or get in touch with us via email. It really is our favorite thing to talk about and help figuring out what your goals are and helping you align with them so you can get your booty here in the Panhandle. Can't wait to see you next week.